My name is Derwin Webb. I'm a Jefferson County Family Court Judge here in Louisville. So I grew up in Indianapolis. My mother and father are still together, almost 60 years now. I have a brother and two sisters, and just lived life growing up in Indianapolis. My mother and father worked, and they brought me up to have a strong work ethic. I always enjoyed playing sports when I was growing up. I enjoyed playing basketball back then and ran to a coach named Jack Kiefer, who came out to watch us play in the 7th grade. Jack Kiefer was the high school basketball coach back then. And he talked about me playing basketball in high school one day, and I went out to a few high school basketball games when I was in middle school, saw how they played, enjoyed watching some of those guys, and I said, I want to be just like them. So I really spent a lot of time focusing on playing basketball and other sports, but especially basketball because Coach Kiefer had such a big influence on me. Basketball at the University of Louisville was a lot of fun. I got a chance to meet a lot of great basketball players, but it was not the easiest transition from high school to college. So I remember going to Coach Crum and telling Coach Crum that I know that we never talked about a redshirt year, but I'm looking around. I can be honest with myself. I think it'd be best if I would redshirt this first year to help me try and catch up to where everybody else is skill-wise, and he agreed with me. So I got redshirted my first year. After my first year being redshirted, it was a slow transition. I didn't play a whole lot, played some as a freshman. Then over the summer, I got with a trainer and did some things where I actually started for the majority of the season my sophomore year, and then my junior senior year, I was the sixth and seventh man with the people that were playing on that team during that time. I had a chance to play overseas and talked to a couple of people about playing overseas, but I had always had an interest in going into law. The transition from college basketball to being a law student is a lot different too. Now, in college I got good grades, and it was difficult for me to make that transition to law school because the studying is a lot different. In law school, you have to study every day. There's a foundation you build off of one case to the next case, and it's a steady building onto something else. And I didn't quite understand that. And when I took my finals, I did not do well that first semester at all. I actually flunked out after my first semester. So when I flunked out of law school, I went into a major depression. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was hard, but anything worthwhile having is not going to be easy to begin with. And my law transition and my law career, I would not be where I am today without having to go through that experience, making it where I had to really prove to myself that I needed to be there. Not anyone else. I had to prove to myself. I ran for judge back in, I believe it was 2014, and was not successful. I ran in a race. It was an open seat. And you'd think being a former student athlete at the University of Louisville would be a benefit. And I think it was to a certain degree, but it wasn't enough to get me over the hump. So after losing that election, it was how do I explain it? I guess you can say I didn't feel as highly about myself as I did going into the race. I said that I would never run again unless the governor appointed me and I had to run to keep my seat. Well, I'm a judge right now because the governor appointed me and I had to run to keep my seat. I was successful in that run, and now I'm a judge, and I will be the judge until the citizens of Jefferson County feel as if they want someone else. What I'm doing right now, I feel as if I'm fulfilling my purpose. I have the support of my family. Friends understand what I'm doing, and I know that when I leave the house every day, I'm going out to do the greater good. I thought that I would go to law school somewhere and go out and try and change the world. Well, I can honestly say that I'm actually changing the world right now at a place that I call home, and will not think of doing anything anywhere else for any extended period of time, because this is home and this is where I want to end my career. And I don't know what's next, but I know that what I'm doing right now is what I'm supposed to be doing.